Hello students, you are preparing yourself for board examination? I hope so. You are preparing yourself well, but at the same time you will be having some sort of fear in your mind whether will you score centum or not. And those who are aiming, centum in biology, so they are always in hurry mood, always thinking about the subjects, and they are always discussing about the subject with friends and teachers. So I would like to give tips to golden step students. It means those who are aiming centum in biology. So I would like to give the tips regarding the biozoology part. Always I feel that you students are having some sort of trouble in biozoology part. Often in school examination, other examinations, you are losing 1 or 2 marks in zoology side. So for them, for those students, I would like to give some tips how to prepare. A student who is expecting centum, particularly from biozoology part, means that student should spare extra time for the preparation of biozoology. Yes, certainly. In the case of botany, that you prepare one question within 10 minutes or 15 minutes. In the case of zoology, you have to spare at least half an hour or 45 minutes, even sometimes 1 hour for preparation of one question. My best advice, don't prepare question answer wise. It's required for your practice, but prepare complete book. The complete book preparation is required to score centum. From the first line of the first lesson to last line of the last lesson, you should know from which lesson the line is actually taken, from which topic of that lesson the line is taken, what are the linking points related to that word or line. Like that we have to say. In such a manner, you have to keep the picture of your book in your brain. Often, we could say in the past 3 or 4 years, even in mass media, they are announcing after that biology examination that botany side is easy, zoology side stuff. No. When you prepare, when you concentrate the zoology side well, you will find it is also easy part. Okay, so how to prepare? I would say, even in my previous classes, I mentioned one important point, that a student who is thoroughly preparing human physiology, that student can score centum in biozoology. Yes. That human physiology part, that is a big part. Understand it and keep all those information logic manner in your brain, so you will be able to answer whatever may be the question asked. Right. See, from the first subheading to last subheading in human physiology, we should know what are the topics, what are the problems related with that system, and what are the causes, symptoms, all those things given there. If you take first one, nutrition, full of information, right from the carbohydrates, fats, proteins and their abnormalities, minerals and their abnormalities and function. And next, when you come to the second part, particular vitamins, there are many number of abnormalities and the functioning of vitamins. So like that, many information is given there. Right. You see, if you take one particular thing regarding the mineral, I would like to say that as a sample here, the calcium is an element necessary for many number of functions. So in the case of muscles, when you come, it is released by sarcoplasmic reticulum for muscular action. Okay. When you come to the digestion part, so this is essential for the functioning of renin on milk protein. Only in presence of calcium it is acting. Right. It means the calcium is actually the mineral which is given in various regions. even in the case of other mineral part also it is given there, particular for construction of bones and other things. See, so like that even the case of blood clotting you can see only in presence of calcium ions blood clotting is carried out. See, so many number of places that one is given there. So in such a manner you have to analyze it and prepare it. After preparing a topic you have to sit with your friends and share your information and discuss this information with your friends and let others ask you questions and you answer those questions, and you ask questions and let them answer you. Such a manner if you practice, whatever may be the question asked you will be able to answer. So that's one way of practice, right. And when we come to that another one, the general idea about this, those who are aiming centum, those students should attempt 10 marks questions only from human physiology part, because at the time of writing the examination you will be in tense mode. Sometimes when you read the questions you will not be able to get the exact meaning of the question, so there is a chance of deviating from the answer to the particular question. Suppose if it is an environmental science question, that sometimes they are deviating from the topic and they are asking in a tricky manner. So when you attempt this one, when you miss any small part here and there is a chance of losing mark. So instead of attempting that one, if you attempt that human physiology part, almost all questions are well known. You know the concrete idea about answering the question. For example, mechanism of urine formation. You know there are presence of only 3 headings. By answering that, you will be getting that. So there is no chance of a deviation. For example, that menstrual cycle, okay, that there are presence of 3 headings with the diagrams, so you will be able to answer that well and you will be able to get full marks. So that prepare the human physiology well and attempt 2 10 marks questions from human physiology. If so, you will be getting full marks out of that. Right. Next, when you come to that 5 marks, second lesson, third lesson, fourth lesson, microbiology, immunology and modern genetics. Don't leave even a single letter from those 3 topics. Prepare everything. Whatever may be the tough question they are asking, doesn't matter, you will be able to answer. Each and every time you can see that particularly that is compulsory question from immunology, they are asking some sort of tricky questions. One time they are asking that is a method of activation and adaptive immunity. On the other side they are asking that is genetic basis of the immunity. On the other time they are asking that is types of graft. Next time they are asking that is rejection process. Like that many things are there. So that you prepare everything there and be ready whatever may be the question asked. And one thing sure, take writing practice of all those questions. I could see many students, they could prepare that matter well, they could understand the matter well, but when they answer, they are missing 1 or 2 statements for particular 5 marks question, by which they are losing 1 or 2 marks. So the genetic basis of this one, that is immunology, that is immunity. So in that case you can see that is there are presence of only 5 or 6 statements, from which they ask question means that you should write all those statements given there, then only you will be getting full marks. So that's why I am telling you, take writing practice of those questions. So ensure yourself and get confident that you will be able to write complete answer to the question. So even this time I hope the compulsory question will be from immunology. When we come to this modern genetics part, there are many questions and I hope that you may find it as easy. There are many questions, particularly diseases part and symptoms of diseases. Next there is a bioinformatics part and the scope of bioinformatics. Particularly the bioinformatics definition is given in 3 places, and that transgenic plants applications, genetic engineering applications, karyotyping uses, pedigree analysis, and iron Wilmot cloning, Brigg and King cloning, ethics and positive and negative aspects of cloning. So like that many things are there, so many concepts are there, you prepare it. Don't leave anything, particularly in the case of the proteomics is given till the end of this topic, and we can expect even question from that part. Even human genome project, that's another one very important topic, particularly the uses or significance of HGP, that thing can be expected. So like that many things are there. Protein structure, even protein model and uses, so that thing can also be asked. Okay, so prepare that part well. So you are attempting 5 marks question from microbiology, immunology and modern genetics. What about the 3 marks and 1 marks? So regarding the 3 marks, you have to read the book completely, you understand the meaning thoroughly, then only you will be able to write the answer. So when you understand the topic thoroughly, that you will be able to answer. And regarding the 1 marks, in the same manner you have to prepare. I would say one important point here regarding the preparation of 1 marks and 3 marks. You have been writing many number of tests in schools, and you might have collected some previous year's question papers. You may be having some PTA books, and refer all those possible 1 marks and 3 marks questions from these question papers as well as books, and find answer for all those questions. So definitely I hope only from those lists only there will be chance of asking 3 marks or 1 marks. Additionally, you are preparing that complete lesson, so that's why it is also another one easy thing, you will be able to answer that. Okay, in this aspects regarding this 3 marks, the human physiology is a vast, so we can expect what type of questions means. Many small definitions are there, prepare those definitions. Many diseases and symptoms are there, prepare all those things. Particularly from brain part, can see that is functions of thalamus, hypothalamus, and the next another one part, pons, vermis, cerebellum part. So like that many small that is topics are there, so prepare all those things. And from sense organs, that is eye, ear, tongue, skin, so these are another one that clumsy of small information is given. So expect question from this part. But one thing is for sure, it means we can expect questions from diseases, symptoms, prevention and control. So that is the most important part, prepare that. I could see that in my previous experience, in the previous year's question papers, at least one question they are asking from the vitamins. And the next another one part here, from the hormonal part, that is endocrine part. From the endocrine part, they are asking at least one question, the negative feedback mechanism. I think one time they asked the diagram of negative feedback mechanism. Like that, there is a possibility. And even the last part is there, particular reproductive system. There is a chance of asking question, that's birth control techniques. And another one, that is what is inhibiting, can be asked. So we can expect the questions like this. And one more important thing I would like to say at this juncture, you prepare even theories of evolution, because that's also another one easy part. Very nice part the part is. I love to read that part many number of times. Such a manner that part is given, that we can expect that is germ plasm theory, Hardy-Weinberg law, even that is genetic drift, what is polymorphism, so speciation and allopathic species, sympathetic species, so many number of 3 marks questions. You can prepare even that part also to answer 1 marks as well as 3 marks. Okay students, that I hope that you will be able to prepare thoroughly, understand the concept well and answer to the questions without any frustration. Don't get excited at the time of that examination. Be relaxed, at the same time be alert to complete the paper. Regarding that biobotany, you try to complete the paper within 1.5 hours. I mean 1 hour 25 minutes better, because in zoology side it will definitely take extra time. So that you have to complete the paper within that stipulated time, means you finish the botany side early and start early the zoology, so you will be able to complete it. And another one small note here, don't opt, I mean diagrammatic question in the case of section C in 5 marks, opt only non-diagrammatic questions. If so, you will be able to finish the paper early, so by which you can comfortably decorate the paper at the end. So I hope so you will be getting very good marks in board examination. By saying all the best to all, I conclude my program with this. Thank you one and all.